Which particular emerging market countries and which emerging market sectors are most interesting for investors? Where are the biggest opportunities now?
We think that Mexico, Brazil, and South Korea are the three most interesting at the moment. That's where our biggest overweights are. Mexico, we think, will benefit from a recovery in the US market. About 85% of their exports go to the United States. In Brazil, there's a very strong domestic consumption story, rising real incomes. And in South Korea, there's clearly going to be a benefit from the disruption to the supply chain caused by recent events in Japan. And also, Korea is one of the cheapest emerging market countries.
What is the key learning from emerging markets for developed markets and the key learning from developed markets for emerging markets?
I think there are a number of ways to think about the learning that developed markets gives to emerging markets and vice versa. Over the last couple of years, some very interesting historical relationships have broken down. In the last 12 months, developed markets were far more volatile than emerging markets, which is almost unprecedented. Volatility in emerging markets dropped to about 13-14%. Developed markets were about 20%. This year, that has reversed because emerging markets have once again become more volatile, but they're matched. And perhaps that's an indication that the old tradition of developed markets being less volatile isn't quite as secure as it was once, given the financial problems that we now see in developed markets. The other things that obviously are critical, the developed markets are dependent on oil, but the emerging markets, and especially Asia, are hugely dependent on the oil price falling. So if there's continued geopolitical problems, especially in the Middle East, that's going to be a very tough time for emerging markets. That may present buying opportunities for us, but it's certainly going to weigh heavy on emerging markets.